Good morning. Everybody must be on vacation this week. Thanksgiving. Everybody have a nice Thanksgiving?
Yes.
We had a wonderful Thanksgiving right here.
Yes.
It was so nice. I mean, we got to be with people we liked. We got to be with them for a little while, got to leave, got to eat. So yeah, it was absolutely wonderful. We are definitely going to do it next year. So anybody that wants to be there, start planning to be there next year, because we're going to do it again. That was fun. Country music icon Shania Twain was born Eileen Regina Edwards in 1990. She adopted her current name, a Native American Chippewa phrase meaning, "I'm on my way." Interesting. Sorry. Shania Twain. All right. Scientific archaeology. I just love that word. Scientific archaeology. That just sounds cool. Has provided positive proof that crude cosmetics were used in the very earliest periods of civilization. In Ur of the Chaldees, the city from which Abraham came, queens and ladies of the court were acquainted with eyeshadow at least 5,000 years ago. At least since that time, hair has been a perennial concern. No real evidence over crude curling irons, advance over crude curling irons was made until 1879 when Marcel Gratteau perfected a gadget by means which he could produce the Marcel wave. It won followers in both Europe and America and had no serious competitors for decades. Then in 1906, a German coiffeur living in London developed an expensive and often painful 12-hour process by which he produced what he called permanent waves. Human hairs grow at a rate of about 1/2 of an inch a month for a period seldom exceeding 2 years. Most individual hairs then drop out. A few remain in place but stop growing. Because of these factors, no person has precisely the same head of hair for any great length of time. Nevertheless, the name for long-lasting artificial waves won a place in speech and is now so firmly entrenched that most civilized women have to have a new permanent every 2 months. Interesting. Interesting. Ta-da. We do have a couple of patron saints, George Carlin and John Lennon. And John, if someone thinks that love and peace is a cliche that must have been left behind in the 60s, that's his problem. Love and peace are eternal. George, electricity is really just organized lightning. Probably some truth to that. Probably some truth. This was written by an Australian dentist. Americans are not a particular people from a particular place. They are the embodiment of a human spirit of freedom. Everyone who holds that spirit everywhere is an American. It's kind of interesting. Oh, has anybody been following the comet, the Ison comet? So did it really make it or didn't it? I mean, it obviously fell apart behind the sun, but do we know? Yeah, still, that's kind of what I was looking to. Yeah. So this nice article that came out, and of course they've got a big special that was on last night or tonight, I think, talking about it. Of course, it's no longer here, so oh well. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog as a phrase contains all the letters of the alphabet. Some of us knew that. Others didn't. That's correct. And more attorney stuff. I still don't know if any of it's true, but it's pretty good. Attorney. I don't want to do that one. Attorney, she had 3 children, right? Yes. How many were boys? None. Were there any girls? Your Honor, I think I need a different attorney. Can I get my money back? How was your first marriage terminated? By death. And by whose death was it terminated? Can you describe the individual? He was about medium height and had a beard. Was this a male or a female? Well, unless it was the circus was in town, I'm going to go with a male. There we go. Oh. The love of life is necessary to the vigorous prosecution of any undertaking. People often say that this or that person has not yet found themselves, but the self is not something one finds. It is something one creates. True. True stuff. I have a new calendar. None of you have one. There's not a lot on it, actually, though. We have Reiki Share.
Yeah, and we're calling it Community Share.
Okay.
For all of you.
Okay. And that's at 1:30 today? Cool. And that's after service, so if you're not sure what that's all about, talk to Val. Mind Shifters on Wednesday, because I haven't heard that they aren't. So, Mind Shifters. So, anything else going on this week? Do what?
They were going to be gone for a week.
Okay.
So if you're interested, call
Sandra and William. Yep. Anything else going on this week that didn't get on the calendar?
No, but announce the
Yes. The Oneness Blessing, Flowers of the Way,
Flowers of the Way?
or Followers, either one, if you look at it right. So, yes?
We are going to do...
Oh, really? Oh, cool. We're going to do an ugly Christmas sweater contest.
Yay! So,
on the 22nd.
On the 22nd, just before Christmas, wear your ugly Christmas sweater, and there will be a prize.
And if you have any doubt about the sweater that you have on, don't be insulted if somebody says, "Oh, great sweater for the contest." Oops. Handel's Messiah, Saturday, December 7th. So that would be next Saturday. And apparently also on Sunday, there's highlights. So that's in the back. Cool stuff. 5 lessons about the way we treat people. I thought these were kind of good. During my second month of college, our professor gave us a pop quiz. I was a conscientious student and had breezed through the questions until I read the last one. What is the first name of the woman who cleans the school? Surely this was some kind of a joke. I had seen the cleaning woman several times. She was tall, dark-haired, and in her 50s. But how would I have known her name? I handed in my paper, leaving the last question blank. Just before the class ended, one student asked if the last question would count towards our quiz grade. Absolutely, said the professor. In your career, you will meet many people. All are significant. They deserve your attention and care, even if all you do is smile and say hello. I've never forgotten that lesson. I also learned her name was Dorothy. Oh, I like that. Anything else going on? Christmas parties, things that should happen. Decorated the church a little bit after we had our meal on Thursday. So that's been done. A cat died and went to heaven. God met her at the gates and said, "You have been a good cat all these years. Anything you want is yours for the asking." The cat thought for a minute and then said, "All my life I lived on a farm and slept on a hard wooden floor. I would really like fluffy pillows to sleep on." God said, "Say no more." Instantly the cat had a huge fluffy pillow. A few days later, 6 mice were killed in an accident and they all went to heaven together. God met with the mice at the gates and with the same offer that he made to the first cat. The mice said, "Well, we have had to run all of our lives, from cats, dogs, and even people with brooms. If we could just have some little roller skates, we would not have to run again." God answered, "It's done." All the mice had beautiful little roller skates. About a week later, God decided to check on the cat. He found her sound asleep on a big fluffy pillow. God gently awakened the cat and asked, "Is everything okay? How have you been doing? Are you happy?" The cat replied, "It is so wonderful. I have never been so happy in all my life. The pillow is so fluffy, and those little meals on wheels you've been sending over are delicious." Meals on wheels. We're going to sing a song. Imagine that. I know it's hard to believe, but I don't remember what I picked. I can't remember.